Hi. It'll come as no surprise to you that right now is a difficult time in education. And there is a trend that people are noticing and commenting on called toxic positivity. So while there's always a place for optimism and bringing your best of yourself to a situation, toxic positivity is in fact harmful, especially to institutions. So in this video, I am going to explain to you what is toxic positivity, how is it manifesting right now in education, in fact it's been there for a while, and help you find out for yourself, do you have some of this on your campus? And more importantly, what can you do about it? I will see you on the inside. Hi, if you don't know me, I am educator, author, and mindset coach Grace Stevens, and my mission is to help teachers like you have a more positive teaching experience. So let's get right to it. What is toxic positivity? Now, positivity is a great thing, right? I write books on it. It's my whole brand. But toxic positivity is that, gosh, it's hard to explain. I liken it to sticking a Pollyanna Band-Aid on something. It's like sticking your head in the sand and pretending that everything's okay. And invalidating the feelings of people who are not okay, who are not finding things to be positive about. So let me give you an example. So in education, it has been a problem for a long time, I do have to say. Somehow we have had this, what I call a martyr kind of mentality, right? So the messaging is subtle. It could be called gaslighting if you're familiar with that phrase, but it is there. And it shows up in ways such as, we're all in this together, and it could be worse, and we're in it just for the kids, and you're superheroes, and we're not superheroes, we're human, and we're having a hard time right now. Okay, so toxic positivity is when you want to just blast past the fact that people are really struggling and that things are difficult, and you just want to stick the happy sticker on it because it makes you feel uncomfortable to discuss it, or you don't have time to discuss it, or you don't have a solution and you don't know how to say that to people. But what you're really doing is people feel invalidated. They don't feel heard, they don't feel seen, they don't feel valued. It's a total morale killer. So, now that I invite you to think about some ways in which you communicate on your campus, I am not here to have people beat themselves up. So what is the solution? So there are a few things. The first is just drop the guilt. Drop the guilt. Recognize that emotions coexist. You can love teaching and still recognize that it is, I don't know, the word I was going to say isn't polite, but it is a struggle right now. You can love kids and still be 100% burnt out, frustrated at the uptick, that's a polite word, in inappropriate student behaviors right now. I've said it before in another video. I'm pretty much Jedi skills at classroom management. I've been in a classroom for 20 years with students. Wow. This year, I'm struggling. We're all struggling. So recognize the feelings can coexist. Just because you admit that things are difficult right now in education, on your campus, in your classroom, doesn't make you disloyal, doesn't make you a bad teacher. So that's number one. If you're an administrator, don't be afraid to have uncomfortable conversations. People need to feel validated. Ask your staff, how can I help? And then listen. Don't just say, here's all the things I've done. Maybe they're the things that they don't want to be done. All right? It's not, I'm not encouraging people to sit around and just have like this misery fest of just dumping on all the things that are going wrong. That's not productive either. But the new paradigm needs to be authenticity, vulnerability, collective problem solving. Recognizes this is difficult. There is no roadmap. What can we do? There are no good solutions here. What's the best solution we can find when there is no good solution? All the solutions right now are kind of not great. We can find the best one, and we can take responsibility to show up as our best selves to help implement that. But just like we do with students, we need to recognize that not everybody is having a great day. Imagine if we said to students, oh, only come on in if you positive vibes only. I mean, we take students as we find them, and we need to extend a little grace and take our co-workers as we find them. Okay. Another thing is to really helps teachers with their self-care right now. And let me tell you that that word has been weaponized too. Self-care. You hold a professional development on self-care for teachers, telling them they need to take better care of themselves. You need to recognize that the reason they need to take better care of themselves is the culture and the environment in education right now is exhausting and toxic and really difficult. Okay, and the best thing you can do, instead of maybe teachers taking it personally, how dare you insinuate I don't take good care of myself because I'm not grading assignments, making assignments. You know, a third of our staff is out with COVID right now. The rest of us are picking up the slack. I mean, there are no villains here. Our administrators are working as hard, if not harder than we are, right? It is just the situation. But to blindly tell people, you know, take better self-care and insinuating that it's something they're doing on purpose, you know, donuts are great. You know, a mug that says, you know, way to go, you got this is great. Do you know what would be better? Running interference. When you find that the district is just delegating busy work, they want business as normal, they want progress monitoring, they want, you know, XYZ. I don't even need to tell you. If you're watching this video, you are aware of that ridiculous list, that none of which really, well, I shouldn't say none, but little of which really directly affects student outcomes, that we are obligated to do. The best thing an administrator can do right now is, hey, cancel some meetings. We don't have time for them. Put it in an email. When the district is requiring things, push back. Tell them your teachers are exhausted right now. Right? So that's what administrators can do. Now, for the rest of us who are teachers, again, optimism, perseverance, grit, all of those things are important. We teach that to children. And we need to recognize that our energy teaches more than our lesson plans, right? So that we need to take responsibility to acknowledge, hey, kids, this is tough. I'm tired. Covering every prep period I have gets taken with covering somebody else's class, doing extra work. You are also concerned that you've been exposed. You see your classmates disappearing every day. Like, have those conversations. Let students know that we're all feeling the stress, but we can take responsibility for our own energy, and even given all that, we can still try and have the best day we can, learn the most we can, be as supportive to each other as we can. And so that's really what it comes down to, is acknowledging that it is difficult right now. There's no place for being toxic and just pretending, hey, at least you have a job. Trust us, some days we don't have it. We're appreciative we want it. We don't have the energy to take care of it in the way we know we should. And that is very stressful too, right? We need to be really, really proactive about protecting our peace. And some of that might involve staying away from people who are toxically negative. So we know a lot about that, the energy vampires. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to give you hope that if you are feeling overwhelmed and you feel that you are administrators maybe just glossing over it, maybe because they don't know how to handle it. But if you are an administrator, really ask yourself, are you toxically positive right now? We need authenticity. We need genuine optimism, collaboration, genuine connection. It is not a time to try and just stick a Band-Aid on it and soldier on. So hopefully that helps. Now, I do have a tool that will help, scientifically validated. I've been providing it to teachers for free for, gosh, 4 or 5 years now. I'll put the link below. It's a 6-week version of a positive mindset journal for teachers, and it helps you with different scientifically validated practices that help you bring the best of yourself and your energy to your interactions. And it isn't a magic fix. There are no magic fixes. It isn't a magic fix, but I can tell you, when I bring the best of myself to teaching every day, the day goes smoother. When I'm looking for good things, when I'm appreciating the students who are doing well and the students who are trying, the day goes smoother. So please, if you don't already have it, grab it. If you do have it, are you using it? That's another thing, right? Only works if you use it. Also, if you like what I have to say, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. You know, how are you feeling? What is your administrator doing that's great, that maybe would be a good idea for other administrators to do? There's a lot of great stuff happening out there. A lot of great stuff. I am very blessed that I have a great administrator. So, but they're struggling too. And then the other thing I would ask you to do, pay it forward. If you found this video helpful, forward it to 2 friends. All right, until next time.